Hey there guys, Spazzy here aka Syndromes, and welcome back to Avorion. I did some testing regarding NPC pathfinding and how NPCs behave in general between, compared between Avorion 1.0 and Avorion 2.0 beta. And I must say that when running on the normal difficulty setting, and there is a reason why that, yes, I know the fact that NPCs do handle differently in a higher difficulty levels, but I don't think that, making NPCs like your own NPCs dumb simply because you chose to play on normal is a valid excuse. Anyway, the TLDR of that test, which was going to be a video until it made me slightly depressed, was simply the fact that the Avorion 2.0 NPCs are much more dynamic, they're much more responsive in terms of how they act with their ship. You can actually see them drifting around. It's not like, waypoint to waypoint movement in a straight line, but at the same time, it does poses a different sort of problem with it in the sense that we're back in that one situation where two ships are flying side by side into infinity. So, sadly, when I did say in the previous episode, after getting slightly angry at our ship of not being able to shoot a pirate, and when I said, oh, they're gonna fix that in 2.0, yeah, no, 2.0 NPCs are dumb, just in a different way. Anyway, let's go back to Avorion. So, in the previous episode, we finally cleared out that one system. There's only a couple of pirates left that then later attacked. And we are finally ready to just go through all of those wrecks at our pace. Though, there is something to be said about the current situation with our mining ships, and that is something that I will want to address ASAP. Simply because it is going to turn into a big problem until we, if we don't acknowledge it now. So those very large trinium blocks, they have this situation where once the ship breaks them, eventually, in 2 hours maybe, they will drop a tremendous amount of trinium. The only problem is that it does not get picked up later on by the actual... Oh dear. Extended cycle, you should probably leave. Stop engaging him. Yeah, that's the only problem with this auto system. Hello? Oh, Christ. It's slowly getting eaten by this pirate. So, let's give our friend over here a hand. There we go. Much better. So, as I was saying, the problem is that if you break a block that does not fit in your cargo hold, those dropped items do not count as loot. It means that those mining ships are not gonna go then back to that spot and pick up the rest of it. So in other words, we will need to create larger mining ships, just to maximize the amount of cargo that is picked up in those situations. And also, we will need to give them much more turrets, just for the sake of going through these large blocks a little bit more faster than usual. Both will require quite a fair bit of material. See, I don't understand what is wrong with that ship. Is it the turret placement? Is it just the fact that it's not really understanding what to do with this thing? It could be the case. And what I meant by that is that, as far as I understand, the NPCs try to figure out which side of the ship has the most firepower on it, and then kind of turn their way towards it. Now, the only problem is that with this specific NPC, well, the ship doesn't really know what to do. Oh, that's what's happening. Whoa. What happened here? How did we get here? It seems we just managed to lose quite a fair bit of stuff. And it looks like it was because some parts of our command... Okay. So our crew deck got shut up. I did not know that. And there seems to be no message that, oh no, one of your ships is suffering from mutiny. So that's fun. Well, now we get to fix that. Yeah, let's wait for 20 seconds. So yeah, today's episode is going to be all about catching up with some of the problems that are plaguing us since day one. And one of those problems just is the fact that our mining ships are kind of specific. Alright, that fixed it. Although, that only means that this part needs to be made embiggened, simply for a situation like this not to happen again. So, with that in mind, let's kind of just... kind of like this, place another one here. There we go. Now there's far more than we need, and so if a few blocks will in fact get knocked off, it's not really going to be a big deal. So this ship is fine. That is very good. Okay, I think what we're gonna do now is since the lapse of sanity, when given its own free reign, is kind of too dumb to do that, and by that, I mean go and deal with those ships, we're going to just go back, we're going to kill them ourselves, and then we're going to allow the cycle to just go through that sector. Like, just go through it. You'll be fine. And there we go. Alright. As already said, that is exactly what we're gonna do. So first things first, I'm going to just tell the cycle to first just pick up all of the items that it can. Because I have a stupid suspicion that since we dilly-dallied for such a long time, most of the job systems that we get here are already probably despawned. Which is... Oh, game, why are you doing this? There we go. I want to zoom out. I don't want to enter strategic mode. I think I just saw a container. No, never mind, that's wreckage. Yeah, so we actually were, in fact, a little bit too late. All of these items are, in fact, gone. Which is a shame. That's okay. The salvage ship can just do its own thing. I don't think that it really needs our help with that. It will probably be just fine. You know, it actually does seem that there needs to be 2 salvage ships. You know what? Let's very quickly do that. Oh, I know I know a good name for this. Let's call it the loot box. Because that is literally all that it's gonna be. So let's just auto-assign those 8 crewmen. And what we're going to do with this ship is remarkably simple. So this is going to be an engine. So, let's see. There we go, something like this. Something like this. And something like this. And just like that. Very important shippy. So the purpose of this ship is going to be remarkably simple. All it's gonna do is run around and pick up things that have fallen off, and that's it. Or at least that's the idea. And it looks like a Chinese takeout. There we go. Now let's go for orders. Or not orders, transfer passengers. We're gonna give ourselves a captain. There we go. And all this ship is gonna do is run a perpetual loot order. And that's it. This little shippy is going to be fast enough for it to kind of continuously do that on its own. And the idea is that if that thing misses something, this thing can just pick it up again. So let's see if we can actually kind of notice this. Oh. Why are you not shooting? Oh, that's because I didn't give you a... Or it got shut off. Anti-fighter, salvage. Neonite salvage. I love how this thing is just in the way when that happens. It is actually funny. So yeah, the only reason what I put that mining laser on it is simply to keep the ship away from being in front of it. But yeah, it looks like the this little shippy kind of just... You saw it just say, oh, there's no salvageable things here. But it's just going to, you know, rotate through that. Whenever something drops, it is going to pick it up and just... It's going to follow this thing, basically. And that is exactly what we wanted to do. Alright, ladies and gentle boys, I think I am going to give the Lapse of Sanity one more chance at proving to us that it is in fact capable of opening fire on things on its own, and it doesn't really need any hand-holding. The way I'm going to do this is I'm going to make sure that this ship is completely, like, literally covered in these things, and hopefully that is going to be enough. Anyway, let us return to our mining ships for just a moment. Because there is still the fact of what I mentioned before at the start of this video, and that, oh hey, we do need to fix the current issue with those mining ships. And considering we do have the money and we do have the resources for it, we're going to do exactly that. I think the ways this is going to happen is I'm going to make sure that both of those ships are made from trinium, and simply just tack on a few more containers on them, I guess. Alright, ladies and gents, one ship down, one to go. So this used to be the mining drone Alpha. As you can see, this is a much more upgraded version of that ship, and so I bring to you the Shishi. Now, disco people will probably remember what a Shishibangma is, and yeah, I specifically named that ship after that. Look at that beam of light. This is gonna be amazing. So yeah, now that ship is up to 6.4K. We might actually put on an extender or something. That'd be neat. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, here is our second refined mining ship. And yes, I literally just placed 2 more cargo bays on top of it. But it actually did turn out to be quite a large ship. It has a cargo hold rating of 20,200, which is quite a bit more than the Shishi is. Oh, also, this thing is now called the Earthbender, because reasons. I might be rewatching Avatar again in my spare time. But yeah, the only thing that I really need now for this thing is to obtain more turrets. Currently the situation is I'm waiting for this list to refresh, because all I have right now is exceptional. Like, all turrets are exceptional and very, very expensive. And funnily enough, that is the case for both ones, so yeah. Just kind of waiting for that to not be the case. So as I'm sitting here, I'm currently wondering what our 2 secondary ships are going to be for the combat system. I'm kind of tempted to make one into a purely bolter one, because it has 18-ish range, and the other one would be a homing launcher turret ship, just to sit at like, extreme range and just be a complete ass towards the enemy. That sounds like a reasonable idea. Probably. One way to find out. All I have to do first is to grab some new stock, but I really wish that these things were not so expensive. Oh man, I don't know why it's all exceptionals. I think that I might want to go to the other place and take a look there. That sounds like an idea. Let's do that. Alright, so the last time around, placing these turrets in kind of a controlled manner did not really work. So I'm kind of wondering, like, should I just place it completely randomly? One way to find out. Okay, something like this, maybe? Of course, we did just run out of, crew again. Let's fix that. I did add a singular rocket turret, so hopefully that will allow the ship to just continue doing something as it's trying to, just tries to get its bearings. Okay, so something like this. Oh dear. That's actually kind of scary. So much so that I'm kind of inclined to go and find myself some pirates. You know what? Yeah, let's do that. Oh, hello. Oh no, I don't wanna. I do not care. I came here to respond to a distress signal, and instead, the goddamn adventurer. Can you please don't do that? No. Kill them. Kill them all. Kill them all. Oof. Big salvo. Please no kill my drone. I expressly ask you not to do that. I think I just got railgunned. Yes! Fun! Oof. Sir, you fricked up. The strange part is that it's not using its turret as far its missile turret as far as I can see. And that's kind of strange. Do you want to open fire at some point? You literally have guns all over your hull. There's not a single weak spot. There's not a single dead zone. Open fire, please. Yes, like that. Ooh. See, that's the thing. Like, when it opens fire, when it actually shoots the enemy, then it does very well. But, like, I can just imagine the Windows, like, loading screen. It's like, I can hear the hard drive going like, click, 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 as it tries to figure out what the hell does it want to do. I don't know, sir. Maybe using the one long-distance, zero chance to miss turret might be a good idea? What do you think? How does that sound? Oh, there we go. You just woke up. Oh man, what am I going to do with you? Like, that's the thing, like, you give the ships all the weapons they need, all the range they need, but they have absolutely no clue as to what to do with it. They don't know how to close distance, they don't know what to do anything. Maybe I should have just given everything just railguns and that's it. Or just give the chain guns to some smaller ships and just give heat-seeking missiles to this thing. That seems to sound a little bit more reasonable. Oh god. It actually does make me wonder what would happen if I only placed that one turret on it. I'm gonna go and check out the torpedo factory after this. I have a feeling that might be the best idea right now. I'm just launching the missiles, don't worry. Yeah, see, that would work pretty well. I would like to say that it might be a little bit too easy, but... yeah, there we go. Alright, ladies and gents, I think I'm going to stop here. I think I have a short-term goal what to do with the specific loadout of the ship. I think the current problem is that the NPC just doesn't know what to do with this, and I am still just very angry that that's the case, that I cannot just rely on my ship to be a much more autonomous, self-flying sort of thing. Well, but that's that. Also, we've almost hit 1 million trinium, so it's not like we won't have anything to make those ships with. But that is going to have to wait until the next time. This is Fantasy Dragon, aka Syndromes. Fly safe.